I'm Jeff Philbin. This is Dinner DeeAs with a Taco Tuesday featuring fish as we make mahi with a side of slaw from jicama plus a corn salad, perfect for warmer weather. Taco Tuesday is here again, and today we're featuring fish tacos, courtesy of someone who really knows his seafood. Chef John Robin is coloring director for St. Pete and Tampa's Trophy Fish and says these tacos are a tasty way to introduce the family to fresh seafood at home. My man, welcome to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
So excited to have you here today. Chef John is making his pan-fried mahi tacos, which are one of the most popular items on the Trophy Fish menu, alongside a jicama slaw and even a lime crema and a summer corn salad. And you say you're going to do this all within a half an hour.
Actually, you are.
Let's get right into it. So what do we need to do to get started?
Let's start with the dressing for the slaw.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start with our water. Then you can add our fresh lime juice right here.
Okay.
Oh, no. Just kidding.
You actually had me there for a second. Like, you had me going. I really did kind of do the whole, like, stop, like, oh.
That's my favorite kitchen prank. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
It's always a good one, too.
Yeah.
You do this one a lot at the kitchen.
Oh, all the time.
So you're having fun with everybody.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it right. All right,
I mean, at least I am. I don't know about them.
We'll start one dish at a time.
And fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Yep. Found at any grocery store nowadays. Regular granulated sugar.
Okay.
And some fresh minced garlic.
This almost has an Asian kind of inspiration right there, it sounds like.
So this is actually a Vietnamese sauce. It's called a nuoc cham. So if you ever like go to get your boom bowl, which is like that cold, vermicelli dish.
Yeah.
Yep, whisk, 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 whisk. Good action there, bud. All right, Jeff. That's probably pretty good if you want to give it a taste. Let's see how our balance is on. A little sweet, a little salty.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. That's really fun.
Easy. That took seconds.
I love that. All right, so this can sit to the side now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So we have our remaining ingredients. So right here we have jicama.
Now, jicama. What is jicama?
So it's a tuberous root vegetable. It's slightly sweet. Texture is very close to, say, an apple. I believe they refer to it as a Mexican potato. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can find that at any local grocery store. If you were going to Publix, you'd find it where you find your fresh parsley and cilantro in that same wall.
And it breaks down like an apple would. It has that watery kind of water chestnut kind of like texture behind it, but doesn't have that sweetness. It's got a little bit, but not like an apple's going to have that nice
and it carries any flavor you put in it great. So, and it's a great texture addition to seafood, which has a little bit more delicate texture, so it gives a nice little crunch.
If someo's looking for this at a grocery store, what they should be looking for?
So it's kind of round. It looks like a root vegetable. It's kind of spherical. It has a skin, and basically all you have to do is take a knife. It's pretty thick, so I wouldn't use a peeler. But you just take a sharp knife and peel it off.
Having nice control and just getting nice matchsticks slices
if you could do that by hand or have a mandolin slicer at home, which I always recommend. So, but
very cool. All right.
So we have our fresh jicama. We have some red bell pepper that we julienned up.
Okay.
Some fresh red cabbage. Again, some nice colors and textures and flavors. Fresh carrot.
Love it.
Green onion. We try to keep it in the bowl, Jeff.
I know, that one just kind of went all out. I'm so excited right now for this one because I love fish tacos.
Absolutely.
Like fish tacos. And you said this is one of your most popular dishes.
Absolutely.
Okay. What else
and then fresh cilantro.
Cilantro.
I love cilantro, so dump all that in there. Now let's add our dressing and give her a nice toss. Again, you can make this ahead of time. If you don't have time to do all this knife work, I know that if you wanted a slaw, they do sell slaw kits at the grocery store. So that dressing, as you saw, was super quick. So you could just take one of those kits, pop them out, mix them up. Takes seconds then.
This is absolutely beautiful looking too. I mean, like this is like literally looking like a rainbow. All the colors coming together over here.
Absolutely. We eat with our eyes first, Jeff.
Oh, it's so beautiful. To say heck yeah to a jicama slaw, grab Chef John's recipe for this and the mahi tacos we're doing later from dinnerdeeas.com. Find us with your phone by opening your camera app, pointing at the TV, and when the phone sees the box we have down there in the corner of the screen, a link pops right up on your phone, saving you from typing out all those 14 letters. You're welcome. All right, do you think this looks good?
Absolutely, beautiful.
All right, you want to taste what this tastes like?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Wow.
Crunchy fresh.
Crunchy
Delicious.
Exactly. And that sauce right there accentuates all of the flavors. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yep.
What's next?
All right, this is going to be a little crema that's super simple that we're going to drizzle on our tacos. So we have mayonnaise, sour cream. We zested and juiced 1 lime, granulated garlic, and whatever your favorite hot sauce. This is one that we make at the restaurant. But
You make the hot sauce at the restaurant?
yeah, absolutely.
Nice. All right, so how hot? Because that's always like the whole like question on everyone's mind. It's like,
So I'm not a chili head. I like to be
Okay.
able to taste everything. I mean, I like a little bit of heat.
Okay.
Because for me, if you're going to go get some smoked fish bread, you need a little hot sauce on there.
Sure.
So the chili we use is a Fresno chili.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a jalapeno, and on the Scoville scale where they measure heat, it's about twice as hot as a jalapeno.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's like a medium heat. So
Okay.
again, a lot of flavor, adds a little acidity, and a little bit of that heat without like dominating your palate.
yeah, because there's nothing like worse than when it's just like it just totally takes over.
Absolutely.
And it's just one note at that point. It's not even fun.
Nope. It's definitely not fun the next day.
Been there, learned my lessons hard. Okay.
Easy peasy. Give it a nice stir there. If you're ever looking for side work, we could probably use some help in our kitchen.
You know, you're not that far from me over there
Yeah.
with the Seminole Heights location, and I've been there many times where I've always had an absolute blast. Your people are over there, your team, you're fantastic.
Well, it's our pleasure to serve you guys. So. Nice. That'll be a nice little richness, because most of our fish that we're getting in this area is pretty lean. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of fat in it, so
Ooh, that's nice. It's not too spicy at all.
no, just
That
enough
is-
to be in there.
That's a great hot sauce for it. We're taking a quick break, but when we come back, time to make mahi and get Chef John's recommendation for the kitchen tool every seafood chef needs to get the fish just right. Ahead, Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, taking on Taco Tuesday and having fun with fish, thanks to our guest Chef John Robin from Trophy Fish. He's sharing how to make one of their most popular dishes, pan-fried mahi tacos with a jicama slaw and summer corn salad. Before the break, we made the dressing for the slaw, combining water with fish sauce, sugar, lime juice, some minced garlic, and cilantro. Then used it to dress a blend of jicama, red cabbage, carrots, red pepper, and scallions. Then made a lime crema from mayo, sour cream, lime juice, and zest, hot sauce, garlic powder, and just a little salt. Now, that's all gonna come together really well with our fish for the tacos. So what type of fish do we got here?
Today we have some fresh, locally sourced mahi.
Locally sourced, fresh mahi you guys are playing around with. Easy to find for you guys, easy to find at a grocery store, but some of the folks that we might have, like, are saying, hey, I got frozen mahi in the freezer. Yay, nay?
Again, you can do this recipe with that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The only time that frozen fish that gets thawed out gets really unforgiving is, say, going on like a grill.
Yeah.
But like this, when you're breading and doing it in oil in a nonstick pan,
Yeah.
it's pretty forgiving.
It could work. Thaw it out, though, of course,
Absolutely.
and then portion it like so. All right, what do we need to do then?
All right, so we're just going to season our all-purpose flour here.
Okay.
So if you want to add the granulated garlic,
Okay.
onion powder, and then a hefty pinch of salt and pepper. Perfect. Let's whisk that up. That's it. Then we're just going to lightly dredge our fresh fish in that flour, and then add a little oil to that pan and cook them off.
All right, let's go ahead and get that going. Now, you got your gloves on already. I'm gonna put some gloves on because we're gonna be working with some fish. You like black gloves too?
Yeah, I like to feel like I'm an MMA ref.
Nice, all right, sounds like a plan.
But yeah, it's just very practical. I mean, you should have gloves at home for cleaning purposes, etc. But it is fresh fish, but there's still oils and smells on
Sure.
it. And then especially when you're breading or dredging, it just makes cleanup a lot easier.
Totally. So these are a good investment to have at the house,
Absolutely.
as well as having a squirt bottle at the house too.
So as you know, we get good value in buying giant containers of our oils, whether it's extra virgin olive oil or canola oil. But these just make it hyper practical at the home.
I love it. To make this mahi for your next Taco Tuesday and the corn salad we have coming up, recipes for both, along with all the amounts, ingredients, and directions are at our website, DinnerDeeAs.com, or scan the QR code down there to find us on your phone. All right. You ready to start dredging this?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand here. We're just going to do a nice light coating. Yep, perfect. Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan there.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and we want to get these all coated. So
And just the flour. Just the flour's going there.
Yeah, this is just a simple pan fry. You don't have to go heavy on the breading. If you wanted some more crunch, you could take this further and then go and do an egg wash and some seasoned breadcrumbs. But I think with all the crunch factor of that slaw, and I think there's going to be plenty of texture to go in here. So again, as always, we have our preheated pan. The oil is now heated up, and we always want to be very careful. Shake off your excess, and always lay that protein away from us.
How important is that piece of it all?
Laying it away from you?
Laying it away from you.
I mean, it depends. Do you like having your skin on your hand attached, or do you want to blister it off?
Bingo, because so many people will just sometimes just drop it in. But really, hit it, push it forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, again, now our fish is nice and dry. So again, what would cause splattering is any water addition or anything. So
Absolutely. So if you did have someone that was using the frozen fish and it did fall
Paper
out,
towels.
paper towel, make sure it is as
paper
dry
towel.
as you possibly can get it.
Yep,
so that
absolutely.
that water doesn't hit with that oil.
Yep.
Okay. And so what are we looking for over here?
Literally, you can watch, if you watch the sides of the fish, you can see that you can watch the cook rise slowly up the top. So I always like having a good presentation side on the fish. So typically, and even in the restaurant, what we do is we basically cook our fish 3/4 of the way on the presentation side.
Okay.
So I can see that the pan's getting a little dried out, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil. And we could actually even put a little on top. But see how easy that makes that? I can just add that, so now when we flip, we're gonna have no sticking issues. So.
And then what's the other trick that you have for getting fish just right?
You have the tool right there. I think it's essential in every home cook's kitchen.
So a thermometer for the fish.
Absolutely.
So many people would say, oh, I just use that for meat to make sure that I got the meat cooked to my desired temperature. I got chicken that I was able to rise to the right. A lot of people aren't thinking about this with having it for fish, though.
Absolutely. Fish, the recommended temperature internal is 145 degrees. That's way lower than you're going to be doing your chicken breast or some, depending on how you like your beef. So, yeah, I think it's a foolproof way. Yes, you can learn touch, and obviously, the more cooking you've done, the more,
Comfort, but this is going to be consistent. This is going to help you. This is a tool.
We train to use those in the restaurants themselves, and these are professionals that cook thousands and thousands of pieces of fish, and they still utilize that tool. So, because guess what? 145 degrees is 145 degrees. So.
Well, our fish fries, we're taking a break. When we come back, a summer salad to serve alongside these tempting tacos. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're talking tacos today with Chef John Robin, culinary director for Trophy Fish in Tampa and St. Pete. He's sharing a recipe for pan-fried mahi tacos with a jicama slaw and summer corn salad. Before the break, we seasoned flour with garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and dipped our fresh mahi in it before pan-frying in hot oil. It sounds amazing. How's it looking, though?
I think we're just about there. If you look, you can see the size of the fish. You can see that pretty much cooked up all the way to the top.
Totally.
You can see that caramelization right there on the sides. I'd say that this fish is ready to flip.
This is ready? Let's go for it.
All right. I love having these fish spatulas. They're great, not just for fish, but they're great for getting cookies off your cookie rack.
And you like it because of it's for like cookies
It's
or anything
delicate.
else. It's delicate, yeah.
There you go. Beautiful. Nice caramelized look to it. And then what's the temperature that these are done at?
These got to be coming up to what, 145 you said?
That's right,
145.
How are we going to check that?
Boom. We got that part. You ready to see if we're coming up soon? We'll wait for a second. You get that up there just in a second or two. It's a little tease for it. But what's not a tease is what I'm seeing over here. So what do we need to do next?
Well, we could probably prop our corn in the broiler, get some caramelization on it, and then make the dressing for our corn summer salad.
All right.
All right. So just add a little bit of oil to that, so it'll help that caramelization process. The recipe calls for 4 large ears, but the corn was running a little smaller today, so I got a couple extra in here just in case. We're just going to set our broiler to high. put that top shelf all the way up, and we're just gonna set that in there and just make sure to keep peeking on it and turn that corn as it's getting caramelized.
As it's getting a little caramelized. All right. So what next can we do?
I'd say let's check that fish.
All right.
And then we can go back to this dressing.
Let's go into this one here.
Yep. Always the thickest piece. You know, the thickest part of the fillet. You don't necessarily have to go from the side. You can go right from the top. Yeah, I think they're done.
Pull them all. Let's go for it.
Absolutely. Transfer that over there. Go right to your nice drying rack. You can do paper towels. These are nice, though. These allow all that moisture to leave, so you're not getting all that nice caramelization down in your protein soggy. Beautiful, beautiful fish.
Now let me ask you this, because like here we have the tool that sometimes folks aren't thinking about with the fish. So like if they were using it for fish, they wouldn't be overcooking it. But do you think without it, like, are they overcooking it at the house? They undercooking it? What's your take on that?
I mean, either one could happen. It's just, again, that is just 100% the way you just know.
All right, very cool.
Absolutely. So over here, we have our ingredients. We have, if you want to start whisking this all together, we can dump it all and then start whisking.
Very cool. What's going in then?
So we got agave syrup, the zest and juice of a fresh lime.
And I see a lot of the zest too on this one here. And it sounds like in the last one too, zest is important to you.
Absolutely. I think there's more flavor in the zest than the juice itself. So when it comes to citrus.
Okay. A little bit of garlic here.
Absolutely. And we got some mild chili powder. And then some cumin. And again, we can do a pinch of salt and pepper. And this is a great example of us using these drizzle balls.
Okay.
You start whisking, sir, and we'll go. So again, this allows for a nice emulsification. But again, if it breaks, that's not a big deal. Because again, we're just using this to season our corn salad. So yeah, get that work, Jeff. Put that
Smart
work
workout
in,
for the day, my friend.
Absolutely. All right, we can give that a taste, sir. I'm just gonna peek at our corn.
Sounds good. Ooh.
Nice.
Really nice.
Yep.
The citrus of the agave? That right there is the party.
I mean, you throw some tequila in there and you're absolutely right.
I'm doing that one for a sequel then, because to grab the recipe for this salad plus everything else Chef John is making on this Taco Tuesday, go to DinnerDeeAs.com, just scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us with your phone. One last break remains before it's taco time. When we come back, how to get the corn salad finished up and make the perfect plate ahead on Dinner Deeas. Welcome back to Dinner Deeas. It's Tuesday and traditionally time for tacos. We've invited Chef John Robin, culinary director for Trophy Fish, to share how he does pan-fried mahi tacos with a jicama slaw and lime crema with a summer corn salad. Before the break, we flipped our fish once it was ready to turn, checking the temperature before taking out of the pan. Chef John's tip to get fish just right. Then got the corn cobs under the broiler for our salad. Well, we made a dressing from olive oil, agave syrup, lime juice, and the zest. Chef John says that's the best bit, so make sure you're zesting it. Garlic, a chili powder, and cumin. You've taken the corn out of the broiler, and while you're still finishing that up, can I help you with the tortillas?
Absolutely.
Over here?
You want to throw a couple of the tortillas in there and get them nice and toasted up?
And what else is going to go into the salad?
So we have cucumber, grape tomatoes, avocado goes in, thinly sliced red onion, give it a little bite, that nice salty cotija cheese.
I love cotija cheese.
Yeah. And then some freshly minced cilantro. We'll just give that a nice little toss. Trying to get that dressing on everything. Always tasting as we go. Thank you. That's nice.
Oh, I think that's all ready to come together for a nice taco right now.
Absolutely.
Let me help you slide some stuff over. What do we need to do to kind of start plating this up?
Absolutely. Here, hand me that fish. Move this out of our way. And then we're just going to do some assembling. So we can start with the, put a little bit of that corn salad. This is our side. Nice, light, fresh, depending on how much you want. Okay. Then we can start by assembling our tacos. If you want to keep things clean, you can do this off your plate. That way, in case we have an oopsie or anything, we keep it looking nice. So we'll just take our fish. We'll take a nice heap full of that beautiful jicama slaw we made.
That is so nice. And so everyone's getting a full slice here of that mahi that's
Absolutely.
just coming together. Beautiful bites in everyone.
Yep. And then we can take that crema we made. We'll just give it a nice little dollop. If you want it to be a little thinner, you can add a little water. It makes it a little easier to drizzle, but
Okay.
so let's add a couple miles of that. And then as much cilantro and jalapeno that your palate craves.
Oh.
I love cilantro and I love fresh jalapenos, so I'm gonna load it up.
I
for us
knew
here.
we would be friends. I knew we'd be friends.
So we're just gonna douse that up again.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, nice, bright, and vibrant.
Perfect as you were saying. Getting into those warmer months. This is just everything.
And then we'll take some of our fresh lime juice, brings it all together. Boom.
Now that's how you do Taco Tuesday.
Absolutely. Bon appetit.
Oh, that looks so good. Thanks to Chef John. The recipe for his whole Taco Tuesday spread is at DinnerDeas.com, along with a link to Trophy Fish, which has locations in Tampa and in St. Pete. I'm Jeff Philbin. See you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Dias.